Hello students, today we are going to continue class 11 physics chapter number 3 motion in a straight line, and in today's video we are going to cover the topic relative displacement. Explain the relative displacement and its cases. We have already discussed about the relative velocity, and relative velocity, that is what? Velocity of an object with respect to the observer or the moving object, that is the stationary object or the moving object. Here we are considering two particles, particle A and particle B, that are in motion, and that position of the particles A and B is taken along the x-axis, and the velocity of the objects A and B, that is VA and VB respectively. So as you can see in figure 1, the particles displaced at time t equals to 0, that is the position of particle A is, as you can see over here, denoted by A, and the position of particle B you can see over here denoted by capital V. The velocity of A is VA and velocity of B is VB, and the motion of that is along the positive x-axis, as you can see in the figure. So here the position of particle A with respect to the origin, you can consider over here as the origin. So position of the particle A with respect to this origin, and distance of that particle A is XAO, that is position of A with respect to O, and the position of B with respect to O, that you can see over here, that is XBO. This shows what? Position of B with respect to O. Then what is the position between this, or what is the distance between this A and B? So from this figure we can write that XBO minus XAO, that gives us the distance between the A and B. The distance between the particles A and B is XBO minus XAO, as you can see from this figure. XBO minus this XAO, here XBO minus XAO, that gives us XBO minus XAO. So let XOA and XOB be their displacement from origin O at t is equals to 0. That means here the positions XAO and the XOB, that positions are of the particles at time t equals to 0. So if XA and XB are their position coordinates, then at time t equals to t, what will be the positions of the particles? That means at initial time, right, that at t equals to 0, we have noted the positions of A and position of B with respect to the origin, that is with respect to the reference point. Now here, as you can see in figure 2, the particle displaced at time t equals to t. That means after time t, where will be the position of the particles A and B? So here let us consider these as O dash, right, or simply O. So from this point, the particle A is at x equals xa t, and the position of particle B is xb t. As you can see over here, xbt here, xbt is position of B with respect to the reference point, and here xat is position of A with respect to the reference point. and difference between these xbt and xat, that gives us the distance between A and B, that is xbt minus xat. Thus from this figure we can write xa equals to xoa plus vat. Why we can write like this? Because from this figure too we can write velocity A, that is velocity of particle A, is equal to displacement upon time taken, right? That is position of A is equals to VAT. Similarly, we can write VB equals to, that is velocity of particle B is equals to displacement of particle B at time t upon t. So, displacement at time t equals to VBT, right? So, displacement of particle A is equals to VAT and displacement of particle B at time t, it is equals to VBT. So, this XA equals to, so this XA equals to XOA plus VAT, it is nothing but it is the equation position of A, that is position of the particle at t equals to 0 plus position of the particle at t equals to t, and that can be written as xa equals to position of particle at t equals to 0, that we have denoted by xoa, plus position of particle A at t equals to t, that we can write it as VAT. So similarly xb, that is the position of particle B, displacement of particle B is equal to displacement of particle B at time t equals to 0 plus displacement of particle B at time t equals to t. So we got the two equations, displacement of particle A and displacement of particle B. So at time t equals to t, the displacement of particle B with respect to particle A. So displacement of particle B with respect to particle A, that means xp minus xa. So in the above equation, xp minus xa, xb is what? Xob plus vbt, minus xa is what? Xoa plus VAT. So that can be written as xb minus xa equals to xb, that is xoa plus VAT, minus xob plus vbt. So it is equals to, opening up the bracket, xoa plus VAT minus xob minus vbt. Thus the same can be written as xoa minus xob, taking minus common or just taking VAT minus VBT in the bracket. Taking t common, we can write xoa minus XOB plus VA minus VB into T. So we got the equation XB minus XA equals to XOA minus XOB plus VA minus VB into T. So XB minus XA equals to XOB minus XOA plus VB minus VA into T, where XOB minus XOA, that is displacement of particle B with respect to particle A at T equals to 0, and VB minus VA, that can be written as VBA, that is the relative velocity of particle B with respect to particle A. Now, when VA equals to VB, then from above equation XB minus XA equals to XOB minus XOA. That means if the velocities of both the particles are same, that is if velocity of B is equal to velocity of A, then in these equation VB minus VA will become 0 because velocities of both is same, so its difference will become 0. So what we are having, XB minus XA equals to XOB minus XOA. So as you can see in the graph, when velocities are equal, the displacements are XOA and XOB. This means the distance between two particles will remain equal to initial distance at any instant of time. That means the particles A and B will be moving with, as we have already seen that the case is the velocities of both the particles are same. That means what? The change in position for both the particles will be same at equal interval of time. That means with time the positions will be same for both the particles, equal change of position for both the particles. Now for the second case, when VA is equal to VB. So as shown in the graph, x is the displacement or the position of the object along y-axis and t is the time taken along x-axis. So what will be the case if velocity of particle A is greater than particle B? Here the position of A at time t is equals to 0, that is xao, and position of B at t is equals to 0, that is xbo. If VA is greater than VB, both the particles will meet at time t. At this instant, their relative displacement will be XB minus XA equals to 0. Thereafter, particle A overtakes particle B at the time. So, initially, both the particles will be moving with their velocity. But at some particular time, that is at time t, you can see over here that both these particles will be intersecting. That means they are meeting at time t. And after this time t, the particle A will overtake particle B. Why? Because here we have seen that particle A has greater velocity compared to particle B. So if VB is greater than VA, then relative displacement XB minus XA of both the particles will increase with time. Therefore, they will never meet on their path. That is, if we take the other case, right, that is VB greater than VA, right, as you can see in this figure, XAO is the position of particle A at t is equals to 0 and XBO is particle of B at t equals to 0. And here we are taking the case the velocity of A is greater than velocity B. So for this case, the particle A and particle B will never meet at any point. They will keep on increasing. The velocity or the position keeps on changing with respect to time. Velocity keeps on increasing with respect to time, and they will never cross their path. If the velocities of two trains moving in mutually opposite directions are VA and VB respectively, then VAB equals to minus VBA. Here we are considering the two moving trains that is moving in opposite direction, and if train A has velocity VA and train B has velocity VB, then the relative velocity can be written as VAB equals to minus VBA. Let train A is moving in positive direction and train B is moving in negative direction. So VA is equals to plus VA and VB equals to minus VB, because we have already discussed that minus sign shows the opposite direction, right? So VAB equals to VA minus VB. That is the formula by the relative velocity, formula of the relative velocity. So VA minus, over here VB is minus VB, so writing it as minus VB. So VAB for this case is equal to VA plus VB, and VBA equals to, by formula it will be VB minus VA, right? But substituting over here VB as minus VB, so minus VB minus VA, taking minus as common, it will be VA plus VB. Hence the relative velocity is greater than the individual velocities of the train. So when we consider the relative velocities of the two moving trains that are moving in opposite direction, then for such case the relative velocity will be greater than the individual velocity of the train. So students, you may note down this theory as well as these cases.